I don't believe it for a second. I'm sorry. A
Understand.
0.08 because of makeup?
Yes, sir. I understand. I promise you I have not consumed alcohol at all.
Sorry, dude.
I
That's
understand.
it.
Hold up, did you catch that? We're barely 10 seconds in and the judge is already calling someone up. Tension's thick and it's only going to get messier. Buckle up.
Come up, Mr. Burrows.
I was in the process of appealing this on Friday. I was going back and forth with Nathan.
Appealing.
Appeal for a pizza. And
Oh, so they denied him?
No, we're almost there. Pizza, the decision. And then this came. So I'm really excited to talk to you. I told him about this on Friday. And he drove straight to the free trial services. But
So I don't understand what you're saying about appealing. What are you?
no, I'm doing a pizza appeal because he's not necessarily allowed with pizza what the situation is. So I did.
You mean you're doing a mitigation packet?
I already did. Everything's turned in. I did everything, mitigation packet.
They said yes.
I don't know yet.
Oh, you don't
So
know.
we're going back and forth, and then I stopped that because I literally, I got that report right then and there. I was going back and forth with Nathan on Friday.
Do you guys have any guidance on Burrows? It looks like he's filed for the program for the DWI.
Amanda? Is that
Or
your
just
name?
whether he's been accepted into the program.
Are you Amanda? I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Oh,
She works for everything.
Okay.
So I believe that Nathan is.
Okay, pause. What's a mitigation packet? It's basically the defendant's legal mixtape, a collection of documents and reasons asking for mercy. Think of it as, please don't send me to jail. Here's why. But will it work this time? Let's see.
He was waiting because there was a previous DWI that was filed out of county, and he was waiting to receive the OR from that previous DWI. Because we don't know, it might have been dismissed.
It was dismissed. I gave him the dismissal paperwork, and it was because there was nothing on
But
it.
I still have to know too, so I can take the appropriate action as far as bond condition.
I'm
No?
happy to email
Go ahead.
Nathan right now. I think we just received the OR this morning
Where from and when?
from Galveston County. Let me look for the judge.
This case has been open since June, and I'm just now finding out that he had.
I didn't know it either because he thought it was expunged because it says interest adjustments, no evidence for DWI. Basically, it was like he had no, it was nothing, just got thrown out. So that being said, he said he didn't do anything. That's whatever. That's that. But
Yeah, it had been, I think that we are all in agreement that it was dismissed. I think Nathan just wanted the copy of the
What
offense report.
year was it?
Yes, Judge, the DWI is from 2019.
I probably would have put an interlock on him.
but the reasoning on the dismissal, he put it on there.
And now he's still consuming alcohol, Mike.
I don't. That's what I'm saying. He's here to tell you. I don't believe that's the case. He swears up and down he didn't.
Have a scram.
I understand that, and he puts a crazy amount of makeup on him, and the alcohol. It's. I give you the pictures of it also. It's called alcohol decant. What's it called? Hang on. He can explain it to you, but I have it here.
I have pictures of.
Nature out here. The nature alcohol can be mistaken for alcohol consumption. I know.
I have these pictures. It has no date. It
I
has
know,
no.
to give you context to it, I have the dates here. Those are just pictures of the close-up makeup, but he was DJing on those particular dates. And I have it right here because I was trying to get it from the club.
And I guess drinking while DJing, right?
No, you can talk. You talked to him. I wasn't there. DJ Sidney Ray, October 31st at this place, and that was the day in question. And then this is October. I'm sorry,
Okay. So
October 27th.
So apparently makeup is now a suspect in this case. Seriously though, how does alcohol in cosmetics trip a scram device? Is that even possible? Let me know in the comments if you've ever heard of that happening, or if this sounds more like a cover story.
I have here that you're consuming alcohol. I have here that the consumption is October 26th,
Yeah, that's the. I believe it's in
October 30th,
November 9th.
November 9th. Oh, and October 9th. So
That was
I have 4 different events that you're consuming alcohol.
For October 9th, Your Honor, that was whenever you told me to put the scram on, and I put the scram on right after that. And then those other 3 dates.
So you're allegedly consuming alcohol the day I tell you to put it on.
No, he did it. That's the day that he put it on. No, that's the violation. We addressed that.
Positive for alcohol on the 9th of October. Yes.
October 26th.
I sent him on 10/9. So Felicia,
Yes, Judge.
so we sent him for a POC test on 10/9 on that time. Did he test positive for alcohol?
Yes, Judge.
Why on earth are we just now getting the violation?
The violation
No.
was already addressed.
That was addressed.
Yes, that violation was already addressed in a previous PBR. They started to put it in that section, that's why I didn't highlight it. but
Can I address that BVR?
yes, and that's why we amended the conditions to put a scram.
Okay, so now we have alcohol consumption as a second violation on top of all this.
For the scram itself.
I've been very grateful for the second chance you gave me. That was from the makeup that I applied to myself, and I was just ignorant to the fact that that would actually set off my scram device, but I have not consumed another alcoholic beverage at all. Those are also the days that I was working, I was entertaining, I did not consume another alcoholic beverage at all, so I've been very grateful. I'm not stupid, I wouldn't consume another alcoholic beverage after you put the scram device.
Mr. Burroughs, I told you at every single stage of this game, do not put anything into your body that could be positive for alcohol. It is your responsibility to know what you can and cannot use. You're old enough to know that actions have consequences.
Yes,
And
sir.
here we are. I've already let you go one time with a positive for alcohol. When I told you not to consume, you literally tested positive on the day that we sent you for the test, and now we have another 3 positives for alcohol.
I don't think that's all. That's the part. The other parts, yeah, but the first part, that's not. He didn't test positive.
He tested positive 10-9.
No, that was.
It was a positive urinalysis test, and because of that, we amended the.
And because of that, I amended the conditions. I did not put him in jail. I put the scram on him.
Yeah, but we addressed that. He didn't go in and like.
I got it.
It's not 2 tests, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
You're right.
But he's continuing to consume. Steven,
The scram reports are also in your email. I'm not sure if you viewed them, but we got the links.
have you seen that?
I mean, I have whatever I was sent yesterday.
That's it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bros. What am I supposed to do? Just let you go again?
No, sir, I'm not asking to, and I did not consume any alcohol. It was just yes, sir. The products that I put on, and I just was not aware that that was set off that. And it was makeup, sir. That's all it was. I didn't consume an alcohol beverage at all.
That party is 10:31, and I have here 10:26, 10:30, and you're telling me that you put this makeup on November 9th? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yes, sir. It's for my TikTok, and I have the videos of it also, sir. I just cosplay and I just put on those products, and that was the sweat from it. I had no idea that that would actually get inside my blood system.
This is where it all lands. The judge lays it out. DWI charge, probation terms, and the dreaded interlock device. That's the breathalyzer wired into your car. No blow, no go. And this time, there's no room for slip-ups.
And instead of
You have levels?
Yes, they're in the scram report.
What is it?
I have.
A peak of 0.08, and then. So,
He's a .08.
Yes.
You're telling me that makeup made you a .08?
yes, sir. And those are the days while I was at work.
I don't believe it for a second. I'm sorry. A
I understand.
.08 because of makeup?
Yes, sir. I understand. I promise you I have not consumed alcohol at all.
I'm sorry, dude.
I understand.
That's it.
Yes, sir. I understand.
It's with you.
I understand. Yes, sir.
And possibly believe that makeup is going to make you as intoxicated as having 6 to 8. Mr. Burroughs, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 180 days in jail. It is probated for 12 months. As part of the probation, you will do a DWI education class, 2 victim impact panels. You must do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill those conditions. No breath test refusal, meaning if you were pulled over in a car and an officer asks you to submit a breath test, you must submit. If you don't, you're in a violation of this probation. Guardian interlock, 30 hours of community service, a $100 donation, one time to Mothers Against Drunk Driving, no drugs, no alcohol. Random analysis. Is this how you understand the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, sir.
Does he have any prior DWIs?
he had one that was dismissed a long time ago, and it was no probable cause based on no alcohol consumption out of Galveston. So
Yes.
we tried to get a pizza at the Blue, but it's just because of that. He had a theft when he was a kid, 17 years old, but it was
Just one.
But he was, I know, he was 17 and he had an employee theft, and then he picked up another theft, but they didn't revoke his probation. It was like $100 from your cash register, but that was a long time ago. He's a volleyball coach. He's a good citizen. He's a good guy. He's turned his life around. His parents are here to support him. He made a mistake this night drinking. He understands that. He's taking responsibility for that. He's doing whatever he can to move forward. And he's in a financial hardship now. That's why we're asking for a reduction in the DPS fine. I've worked with him on payment plans and stuff. I'm going to waive all my fees so he can succeed.
The question is, at what point do you get it, Mr. Burrows? You know,
This isn't just a sentencing, it's a life check. The judge isn't pulling punches here. Being young, black, and carrying a record, it's a brutal combo in the justice system. And the message is loud. Mess up again, and it's 90 days minimum. No exceptions.
you've already had one DWI dismissed. You now have another one. While you're on bond, you have bond violations. So for you to come here and tell me that you've changed and that you're a different person and this and that, goes in one ear, goes out the other. I don't believe it. Actions speak louder than words. And you can lie to me, but you can't lie to yourself. And your record, life is hard enough being a young black man in America today, right? And the more convictions you get, all you're doing is you're making life more difficult. With these theft cases that you get, with these DWI, I mean, it's one of the worst cases that you can possibly pick up, because these theft cases brands you as a thief, and people are scared to hire potential thieves, because I'm always going to be thinking, well, if I hire him to work for me, I know that he's got not only one prior theft, but 2 prior thefts. Is he going to steal from me? Same thing now happens with the DWI. You've had one dismissed, now you have another one. What's it going to take for you to get that we mean business? That public safety is a primary concern. And when you don't get it, and when you continue to pick up criminal cases, there are really grave consequences. You need to understand that from now on, after today, you're looking at a minimum of 30 days in jail. No, hold on a second. 90 days in jail at a minimum for any new cases you pick up here in county court. Don't matter how small it is, from now on, you are looking at a minimum of 90 days in jail. Not only that, you pick up another theft, you could be potentially charged with a felony, because they use those as a stepladder to enhance punishment. And when you don't get it, they combine all those to get up to felony. You could be potentially facing that. You pick up another theft case as well. At some point, you got to get it. And I hope this is the same. And usually, in my experience, being here, at times when we go too easy on people, they still don't get it. You're skirting out of here today. You're getting probation. You're getting no jail time. You're not getting your license suspended. Now they want me to waive. Michael wants me to waive the fines and fees. I mean,
I think he has his family.
I would be rewarded.
I want him to succeed, and that's what I think the problem is, that if he doesn't have the money to succeed, it's going to be very hard. He's going to try everything in his power to succeed financially. I just think that's going to be a burden on him. I took it upon myself to forego my fees, and I'm doing whatever I can to help him.
And that's great.
Yeah, I understand
Michael,
that. I just don't think he can't afford it. He physically can't afford it. We're putting the burden on his parents who are here to support him. They're in the back. They're here. He's going to be staying with them to produce whatever fees he has to try to get back on his feet. But he's trying, Judge. He's been in constant contact with me. We talk every other day. He's literally trying. He really is. And I think if you give him a shot here, he's going to do whatever he can to prove it wrong.
I don't have to accept this agreement. I could say, no, I don't want this. Well, I'm jail time. I will accept your agreement, Mr. Burrows, but I want you to understand that if you come back here and try to tell me that you test positive again because of makeup, that kind of excuse is such that every single person who puts makeup on gets intoxicated. Really? So if you come up here while you're on this probation and you test positive for alcohol, it tells me that you have a problem, and I'm giving you fair warning now that you will go into a rehab facility. I can amend the conditions to put you in a lockdown rehab facility for, at a minimum, 9 months to 10 months, if you respond well to treatment. I will accept it, but I'm telling you now, if you test positive for whatever it may be, get ready. And I hope that and I want to read a repeat offender to the education class. I don't want just a garden variety. Your record speaks and tells everyone in the whole world about you. So if you ever get pulled over again, you need to understand that you will probably get harassed. So if I were you, I wouldn't ever, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, a glass of wine, I wouldn't get into a car because you're begging for trouble. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, I understand.
You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, this will go on your record, Mr. Burroughs. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. You can never take it off. From now on, like I said, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. You must do your classes on time. You pick up a new case. You test positive for alcohol. You know what's going to happen. I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. I'm going to bring you back out. And we're going to talk about if you violated, if you did, how, and what the appropriate remedy will be. And it could be 180 days in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not?
Yes, sir.
You need to understand that one of the things that they're ordering you to do is a TRAS. This is an evaluation. They may assess intensive outpatient treatment. Who's done the TRAS?
Recommended IOP SOP.
Okay, I think that's a good thing, right?
Can I say a word, please?
Sure thing.
Once again, I do appreciate, the second chance. When I went to jail for a year when I was 17, and that's when I was in high school. It's been 18 years ago. I've been a completely different person. I coach volleyball, I do a lot. I do give back a lot, and I do